Om Nilambuja Shyamal Komalangam Sita Samaropita Vama Bhagam Panavu Maha Sayaka Charu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshanatham. Adorations to Lord Rama, whose complexion is like a blue lotus, is very tender and delightful in appearance. Sita is seated on his left side. He is carrying powerful bow and arrow in his hands. In Ayodhya Kanda of Ramcharitmanas, verse number is 5. And the topic here is King Dasharatha is bestowing his kingdom to Rama. Rama is to become the heir apparent to the throne. To give you philosophical setting behind it, King Dasharatha is a soul that has done virtuous deeds, followed the path of dharma. But path of dharma has two aspects. You follow your dharma for bhogas, heavenly enjoyment. In that case, you come back again and again. But with King Dasharatha, the case was different. In a storyline, he goes to heavenly world to help Indra to combat against various negative forces. So, in other words, his goal was not to be in heavenly world, the astral heaven. And that Dasharatha is blessed with 4 sons through 3 queens. 3 queens are Kaushalya. Kaushalya is sattva aspect of Prakriti. Sumitra, that's the rajas aspect. And Kaikeyi, tamas aspect. And profound level, all these 3 are perfectly divine. All these 3 aspects have to operate to lead you to liberation. And Rama is jnana embodiment, the path of wisdom. Bharata is bhakti embodiment, path of devotion. Lakshmana is dhyana embodiment, path of meditation. And Shatrughna is karma yoga, path of karma yoga, allowing your actions to remove enemies, shut enemies, kama, krodha, lobha, etc. Now, the setting is that preparations are being made to declare Rama as the heir apparent to the throne. Whole Ayodhya is now preparing to see Rama as the king, the glorious king. From philosophical point of view, this is the affirmation stage. Because Rama is not yet fully ready, because the whole Ramayana, fighting against demons, destroying ignorance, all is waiting. So, without accomplishing all that, Rama cannot settle in Ayodhya. Yodhya is state where you are constantly luchando, fighting. Ayodhya state where there is no more fighting. As long as you are in an embodied state working for liberation, you are fighting. Kurukshetra. But when you have reached the goal, no fight. That's Ayodhya is moksha state, state of liberation. So, as sadhana progresses, the mind of an aspirant is able to have a visualization of the goal. But that visualization has a little problem. If you become fully satisfied with his visualization, your progress stops. But visualization should create a dynamic movement forward. Just like you are going to look at the Mount Everest and you see Mount Everest from a very long distance. Many spirals you have to go through to reach that. But simply because you have seen from a distance, you have not accomplished the task. That's the stage of accomplishing the task and visualization. Now Ayodhya is visualizing Rama is king. But now you see what goes on. Chamara charama basana bahubhati, Roma pata pata aganita jati, Manigana mangala bastu aneka, Jo jagajogu bhupa abhisheka. This is the description that's in practical worldly terms. But behind all that, for those who want to have deeper understanding, all these descriptions are inner stage of joyousness, utsaha. But let me come back to the description as it is being given. King, rather Muniraj, Sage Vasishtha, instructed people to prepare the entire Ayodhya for the celebration of Rama's being heir apparent to the throne. In that celebration, bring chauris, we'll figure out what it is. Mrigcharam, deer skin, lots of different types of clothes, draperies, silken and all types, woolen, and all auspicious objects to be brought. Veda vidit kahi sakalan vidhana, kahe rachahu pura vividha vitana. Adopt all the methods described by these Vedas according to the Vedic instructions. Create canopies, line up paths, roads with a special fruit trees, mangoes, plantains, areca nuts called supari. Rachahu manju mani chauke charu, kahahu banavan begi bajaru. And decorate the city. And create a great market of wonderful, auspicious objects. Invoke पूजहु गणपति कुल गुरु कुल देवा, सब विधि करहु भूमि सुर सेवा. Invoke Lord Ganesha, Guru, your Ishta Devata. The scripture gives all this to give you also an idea how to conduct yourself in daily life, how to bring the devotional movement, to bring integral yoga in life. And attend to all the Brahmins. Brahmins here refer to those who are saintly personalities. Dhwaja pataka toran kalas, sajahu turag rathana ganag, sirdhari munivar bachan sabu, nij nij kaaj ahi lag. Flags, banners, festal vessels, arches, chariots, elephants. All this gives you an idea of this is the mystic art of presenting very profound philosophy in a rasa, in a type of sentiment that your mind becomes engrossed. If you are told, attain jnana, burn up all the vasanas, you realize I am Brahman. That's hard to enjoy it. First your mind must enjoy. All the sentiments must get involved. So that's why all this description is given. And even while doing that, masses learn the art of making their residences in an auspicious way, bringing yantra into it, and various rituals or various sacraments in life, they follow external show, which has impact upon many people around you. So Ramayana inspires all the stages of this spiritual movement, ritualistic, devotional, and so forth. जो मुनीश जही आय सुदीन्हा, सो तेहि काजु प्रथम जनु कीन्हा. And Sage Vasishtha, whomsoever he said to bring anything, that person has already brought it. Viprasadhu surapujat raja, karat ramahita mangal kaja. King Dasharatha is adoring Brahmins, sadhus, gods, and Sri Rama himself is busy with auspicious activities. Sunat Ram Abhishek Suhava, Baj Gahaga Avadha Badhava. The moment this news spread in Ayodhya, the entire Ayodhya became festive. Festive sounds all over Ayodhya. Gahaga. Rama siyatan sagun janaye, farkahi mangal anga suhaye. Rama and Sita, they are experiencing a kind of thrill in their bodies. There are auspicious omen expresses through your body. And there is a whole description and in Hindu culture. Say, for example, for male, right arm, if it pulsates suddenly, is auspicious. For women, left arm, that's auspicious. If suddenly your palm begins to itch, money is coming. There are lots of ominous signs that begin to express negative, positive, and there is a profound philosophy behind it. Because whatever is going to happen is based upon your karma. And your karma is already with you, it knows already what's going to happen. So it begins to, if good thing is going to happen, automatically your whole nervous system is prepared for a joyous experience. Negative, then it is not. Rama and Sita both experiencing a good omen operating through their body vibrations. पुलक सप्रेम परस्पर कहीं भरत आगमन सूचक आहीं. And they are trying to now figure out what does it imply. Each time a person has some type of experience, then the mind starts working. The hand is itching, the mind starts giving the answer. That's the way it will be happen. Arm is vibrating, and then there is an answer to it. Internally, you begin to develop a forecast. And what the forecast means, Rama and Sita both interpret this in a mysterious way. Bharat saris priya ko jagamahi, यही सगुन फल दूसर नाही. Rama is saying to Sita that in this world, no one is dearer to me than Bharata. And this auspicious sign is relating to Bharata's coming to Ayodhya. राम ही बंधु सोच दिन राति, अंधनि कमठ हृदय यही भांति. Must realize that at this time Bharata is not there. He has been invited to his mother-in-law's place in Gandhar. Kaikeyi's city, Kaikeyi's father, and all their relatives. That is where Bharata has been during this time. That's the storyline. Philosophy line, bhakti has not been perfected. So all the Ram Rajya is starting all visualization of wonderful, Rama is going to be the Lord and everything. But bhakti is lacking. Bharata is not there. And Rama movement is focused on allowing Bharata to bring about integration. Integration must realize Rama is jnana, wisdom, Bharata is devotion, Lakshmana is dhyana, meditation, and Shatrugna is karma yoga. all must be there for actual, real Rama's coronation. This coronation is a visualization from a distance. But this point is not understood by the masses, and there will be therefore Rang mein bhang. The state is not reached of integrated aspect. राम ही बंधु सोच दिन राति अंधनि कमठ हृदय हृदय यही भांति. Rama constantly remembers his brother Bharata day and night, just like a turtle holds in its heart love for its egg. See, words are very simple, simile is very simple, but a turtle relates to pratyahara level. When you bring senses under your control, the ability to withdraw your mind and senses, now you have become a turtle. And now whom do you love? What is hidden in your higher level? Dharana, dhyan, samadhi. That's the egg. And all this becomes easy, possible by Bharata, bhakti. प्रथम जाई जिन बचन सुनाए भूषण बसन भूरि तिन्ह पाए. यही अवसर मंगल परम सुनि हसेउ रनिवासु शोभत लगी विदु भटत जनु बारिधि बीच विलासु. When this news reached the inner apartment with all the queens, they were very happy. Their happiness is described just like ocean begins to create a special surge when the moon goes on waxing. This also subtle meaning is that bhavana, feelings within your heart. Bhavana shuddhi, when feelings become divine. As if moon begins to wax in the firmament of your heart. And all your sentiments go into higher level, divine stage. प्रसम जाई जिन बचन सुनाए भूषण बसन भूरि तिन्ह पाए. Whoever gave the message of Rama's coronation to the queens, the messenger received a lot of gifts and lots of blessings. प्रेम पुलकी तन मन अनुरागी मंगल कलश सजन सब लागी. All the queens, their whole personalities are pulkits. Hairs coming to an end, raising the hairs. Hair raising, but in a positive way. And their mind was filled with love. They started arranging Mangal Kalash, vessels that are used for auspicious songs and all auspicious celebration. चौके चारु सुमित्रा पूरी मणिमय विविध भांति अतिरूरी. Sumitra ji arranged to see all roads well decorated. Decoration with pearls, jewels. All this is not to be taken literally, but people try to do in festivities display of so many things. And it has its own purpose. आनंद मगन राम महतारी दिए दान कौ विप्रहकारी. Kaushalya ji is full of ecstasy, with joy, and gave lots of charity to Brahmins. पूजी ग्राम देवी सुरनागा कहे बहोरी देना भली भागा. All the deities, gods, they were all worshipped, given their special offerings. And following the ancient tradition, when they offered their prayers to the deities, they prayed that let Rama be the ruler and may all blessings shower upon him. गावहि मंगल को किल बयनी विदु बदनी मृग सावक नयनी. And with sweet songs, they always describe cuckoos for the sweetness of the voice. Kokil Bayani. And faces shining like the moon, and their eyes like the eyes of the deer. The description of graceful setting. राम राज अभिषेक सुनी ही हर्षे नर नारी लगे सुमंगल सजन सब विधि अनुकूल विचारी. Hearing of Rama's Rajyabhishek, Rama's becoming the heir apparent to the throne, all men and women in Ayodhya became exceedingly delighted. Considering this as a sign of Vidhata, Brahma's is favorable to Ayodhya. The whole cosmic plan is favorable to Ayodhya. That type of feeling entered the heart of people. तब नर नाह वशिष्ठ बुलाए राम धाम सिख देन पठाए. King Dasharatha had sage Vasishtha brought to him, and Vasishtha told the King Dasharatha told Vasishtha to give proper instructions to Sri Rama, preparing him for the becoming heir apparent to the throne. गुर आगमन सुनत रघुनाथा द्वार आई पद नाय उमा था. Vasishtha came to bring Rama. Rama was offered his adorations, placing his head at the feet of Vasishtha. सादर अर्घ देई घर आने 16 भांति पूजी सनमाने. कहे चरण सिय भरहि सहित बहोरी बोले राम कमल कर जोरी. Rama and Sita both adored Sage Vasishtha. षोडशोपचार, there are 16 elements, 16 factors go to form complete puja. And people have evolved the number. I'm not going into that direction. If you put water, if you put tulsi leaves, if you put vilva leaves, there are so many elements are there. And with the different mantras, every puja is done in a very detailed way by priests. And we always hear the word Shodash, 16. When the moon waxes, full up till full moon, according to astrological studies, it waxes in 16 stages. 16th stage is full moon. That's the goal of life. To allow your bhavana to become bhakti, come and go on waxing. No taxing. Sevaka sadana Swami agamanu, mangal mula mangal damanu. Shri Rama said that, O Lord, to Vasishtha, who is Guru, I am your servant, and you have come to give me all these blessings. How fortunate am I? Tadapi uchita janu, boli sapriti, pateya kaja natha asiniti. And Rama says, showing courteous talks, that, O Lord, you shouldn't have come to me, you should have had me brought to you. This is called creating rang, colors. Prabhu Tataji Prabhu kin sanehu, bhayo punita aju yahgehu. Rama, stepping beyond his essential nature, which is he is Rama, the absolute. Now playing the role of soul that is as moving towards its realization. So in brief, Rama expressed his great love for Vasishtha, saying that by your arrival this whole palace has become purified. Ayasu hoi so karau gosai, sevakulai Swami sevakai. O Lord, command me, and I will be delighted to do whatsoever you say. Suni saneha sane bachan, muni raghubar hi prasans, Rama kasna tumh kahau as, hansa bansa avatans. Vasishtha says, Vasishtha, praising Rama, O Rama, it is perfectly suitable for you to say these wonderful words. You are yourself the ornament, the crowning glory of the lineage of Hansa. Hansa relates to sun god. Hansa Bansa Avatans. From broader point of view, every soul is essentially Brahman. So if you begin to understand, your soul is following the line of sun that points to Uttarayana Marg, the path of northern path. Northern path means you live with the awareness, with the inner awakening, let me realize who am I. That movement has many stages. All stages are called northern path. The northern path is in two aspects. First aspect is Agnir Jyoti Aha Shukla Aha. Agnir Jyoti Aha, 3 points. Agni Vairagya, Jyoti Vivek, discriminative knowledge. Aha, living your life with integral yoga day by day. If you have done, then that's one aspect of Uttarayana movement. Another aspect, Shukla, your bhavana, feeling within your heart, begins to wax like ocean waxes when the moon is high, shining over it. So jnana and bhakti movement at the climax. That's what is in Hansa avatans. And Hans term itself is highly figurative. Aham sah, I am that. Shortened, Hamsa. Therefore, in all sannyasas, Hamsa, Soham, Paramhamsa, Paramatma, Chinmayoham. Every soul is Hansman's descendant of Hamsa, Soham. Bharani Ram Gulashila Subhau, Bole Prema Pulaki Munirau. Having praised Rama, his wonderful qualities, his gentle manners, his spiritual personality, king of sages, Vasishtha, his heart overwhelmed with love, he tells Rama, King Dasharatha wants to bestow upon you the role of heir apparent to the throne. And all preparations are being made. All preparations have been made. Ram karahu sab sanjam aju, jo vidhi kushal nibahe kaju. Guru sikh dei rai pah gayo, Ram hriday as vismay bhayo. O Rama, today spend your time in sanjam, doing various actions that are meant to purify your body and mind, such as fasting, doing oblations, invoking gods, and different items. All those called preparing yourself for an auspicious role. Having given these instructions to Rama, Sage Vasishtha went to King Dasharatha. But Sri Rama developed a sense of thorn in his heart. And what is that? Janme ek sang sab bhai, bhojan sayan ke lila rakai. We all were born early life together, food, sleep, playfulness, all childish sports. Karana bedha upabita biha vivaha, sanga sanga sab bhaye uchaha. And all sacraments were done together. Vimala bansa yahu anuchita eku, bandhu bihaya badai abhisheku. In this wonderful family, this is improper, that all the brothers are not together. And Tulsidas says that this statement of Rama, let the devotees remember. And that type of remembrance will remove crookedness of the mind. But try to understand why Rama develops a kind of agitation in his heart. That Bharata is not there, because I have already told you Bharata has gone to his mother-in-law's and father-in-law's house. And Bharata is there. While Bharata is still there, King Dasharatha could not wait, and he announced this happening of Rama's coronation. Understand from philosophical point of view, if bhakti has not joined in, if you are not integrally involved in the spiritual movement, something has to happen to bring integration. From disintegration to integration. And therefore, amazing things will happen now. तेही अवसर आए लखन मगन प्रेम आनंद मन माने प्रिय बचन कही रघुकुल कैरव चंद. At that time, Lakshmana also came, and Rama was delighted, said endearing words to Lakshmana. Rama is described as Raghukul Kairava Chand. Raghukul is the solar line. He is like the moon that delights the lotus of the lineage of Raghu, sun god. Also, let me give you the meaning behind Ramachandra. We use Ram, more extended Ramchandra. Ram captures the half of the Uttarayana Marg, and Chandra captures the other half. So the whole circle, Uttarayana northern process, which concludes, which brings the soul to the highest level, liberation. All that is possible through Rama, who is Rama and Chandra. And from an ordinary point of view, any face that shines, shining like the moon. बाजहि बाजने विविध विधाना, पुर प्रमोद नहीं जाई बखाना. All types of instruments began to ring, sound. The joy that was surging in this city cannot be described. All of them are expecting Bharata to arrive, to enhance all the celebration. May Bharata also enjoy this. हाट बाट घर घर गली अथाई, कहीं परस्पर लोग लुगाई. Markets, roads, streets, houses, everywhere. Men and women, they are talking, this is the best auspicious time for us. May our cherished wish, Rama to be ruler, be fulfilled. Kanaka Singhasana Siya Sameta, Baithahi Ram Hoi Chita Cheta. Soon we will see Rama and Sita seated on wonderful royal throne. This vision will be the fulfillment of all our desires. While all this is going on, gods were planning Kuchakra. Rang mein bhang. It create an obstruction. Rama is not to become king at this stage or heir apparent to the throne. Rama must go to do his divine job, to destroy Ravana. Vipati hamari bilo ki badi, matu kariye soi aaju, Ram jahi ban raju taji, hoi sakal sur kaaju. They all तिनहि सोहाई न अवध बधावा, तोरहि चंदनी राति न भावा, चोरहि चंदनी रात न भावा. शारद बोली विनय सुर करही, बारही बार पाप लय परही. Gods did like all this celebration going on in Ayodhya. Just like thieves do not like moonlit night. They all approached goddess Saraswati and falling at her feet, they said, Vipati hamari bilo ki badi, मातु करिए सबुक सोई काजु, राम जाहि बन राजु तजी, होई सकल सुर काजु. Oh mother, look at our adversity. Do something. The Rama, instead of becoming the heir apparent, goes to the forest. And the purpose of his incarnation should be fulfilled. He is born to destroy ignorance, Ravana. Suni sur binay thari pachitati, bhayu saroj vipinahi marati. This is spicing of the story. Saraswati, as he feels very regretful to do such a job, to bring interruption in such a joyous occasion. It is just like creating a frosty rain over a lake full of beautiful lotuses. The whole Ayodhya is full of lotuses. The Saraswati's plan is to bring frost over all of it, change the whole scene. Saraswati is regretting to be Saraswati. Spicy story. सुनि सुर विनय ठाड़ी पचिताति विस्मय हर्ष रहित रघुराऊ तुम जानहु सब राम प्रभाऊ जीव कर्म बस सुख दुख भागी जाये अवध देव हित लागी. And gods, seeing goddess Saraswati quiet, they said, O Devi, you will not be touched by this action. Rama himself will not be touched by this action. Rama is beyond grief and elation. You know all about Rama. All those who will be subjected to suffering, they will be done according to their karmas. Nothing will happen that's undue. Therefore, for the sake of gods, go to Ayodhya. बार बार गही चरण सकोची चली विचारी विबुधमति पोची ऊंचे निवास नीच करतूती देखी न सकहीं पराई विभूति. Gods put Saraswati in that state. Their intellect is very poor. Though they live on a very high level, but they cannot bear with the prosperity. But what does it really imply? It implies if you are focused on going to heaven, gods who help you to go to heaven, those gods, they will not allow you to attain liberation. Understand, it's all allegorical. If you are worshipping any deity for material benefits, for worldly benefits, then that deity has to be transcended. Try to understand this point. Same deity, you can worship the deity for attaining bhoga, enjoyments. But when you worship the deity for attaining moksha, the deity plays a different role. The statement that the intellect of gods was very poor, it's kind of a pathetic fallacy type. Your intellect is very poor, not God's. But if your gods are giver of bhoga, then those gods are in a lesser place. आगिल काज विचारी बहोरी करी हई चाह कुशल कभी मोरी हर्षि हृदय दशरथ पुर जाई जनुग्रह दशा दुसह दुखदाई. Goddess Saraswati, having the vision of how the future has to be shaped, she went to Ayodhya. Nam manthara mandamati chakeri kai keri ajasa petari tahi kari gai giramati feri. And Saraswati Devi came, all were so joyous. She had some time to figure out who will become the instrument. And she found Manthara. Manthara is hunchback lady, with symbol of Prakriti that's twisted. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, when they are in a twisted state, soul with that, through that Prakriti, stays in a state of bondage. But when the time has come for Rama's performing his divine task, this same Manthara now becomes the channel of creating what we call Rang Mein Bhang, creating a total interruption. Just a hunchback lady spoiled the entire show. And with this we will conclude. Om Purnamataha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.